Redditors who make $100,000 plus a year without affording a degree. What is your job? Nuclear plant operations. You can get into a senior reactor operator licensing class with certain experience or education. A huge number of the SROs are ex-Navy nukes. The Navy requires a HS diploma. Job pays usually starting of over $100K. Yeah, but nuke school might as well be an associate's degree. I buy used yachts, speedboats and ribs in Scandinavia for very cheap and sell them in Africa. I don't have a degree. I used to work a lot of crappy jobs. I was a garbage man, airplane cleaner, night manager at a stay-okay hostel, saved enough money to buy an ice cream stand, found out how I could sell my ice cream at festivals. Ice cream at festivals is an incredibly fast way to make money. Once I had a good amount of money, I thought it would be a nice idea to buy a speedboat and go fishing now that I finally have some time to relax. I did that and sent a picture to my friend in East Africa and we started talking about it, and then we started talking about the price and how cheap it was. So I learned a lot about export and all that and how to send it to Africa to sell it, and it worked. Then I tried again a few months later and now I buy and sell about 15 a month. I'm imagining a blonde bearded man on a speedboat sailing away to Africa and it's glorious. Bartender in a high-end resort town. I work my butt off during the seasons, but off season is easy. I used to manage a cooperage, recycling shipping containers. The job was a lot of physical work, but doesn't require any special skill beyond management. I had a $67,000 a year salary and earned about $3,500 a month in bonuses. We basically charged companies to dispose of their drums and IBCs, cleaned and painted any in good condition and sold them for less than the cost of new containers, usually to the same people that paid us to haul them away, and scrapped any unusable. My trucks didn't move without turning a profit. That sentence just gave me goosebumps for some reason. My wife, director level in logistics, worked up from retail management. She's very smart and incredibly hardworking. Most of the people at her company with positions at the same level have MBAs. Here I am with a bachelor's making less than she does, lol. Super proud of her, though. Logistics is a great industry for those without a degree. One of the few you can genuinely keep moving up. I work in IT for a major telecom. No degree but several certs. A nice easy 9-5. Husband is a union tower crane operator. He dropped out of high school, got his GED at 25, joined the union at 29 and at 34 makes almost $200K a year. It's a good gig as long as you don't mind heights. Edit. We live in the PNW. He works along the Portland or Vancouver border. Best way to get into cranes is to call your local IUOE, go through the apprenticeship program and work your way through your certifications. Build relationships with your peers and maintain your work ethic. You won't see the out of work list. You'll be requested for jobs. I work as a B-pressure welder in Canada. I have my own rig, truck with welding equipment in it, and I average $125 an hour. Depending on the work available and how much time you're willing to put in, you can make anywhere from $100K to $400K. Last 3 years I've made $250K working 9 months of the year and taking 3 months off. Own a private jet catering company. You'd be surprised what the richest 1% of people are willing to spend on stupid things. Software engineer. Eyelash extensions in a rich city. My old job was high-end car sales. I sold a brand new 2018 G63 AMG to a couple who owned a bunch of nail salons. My favorite part, they paid cash, like literally a bag of cash of $160K. I was blown away. Software engineer. My brother-in-law's 3 sons are all journeyman electricians. Dad is a master electrician. 2 of them are high school dropouts. 2 of them make over $100,000. The youngest makes about $85,000, but is gaining on his brothers. Same here. Journeyman level electricians in my area is $48 per hour and that wage goes up every 6 months. Working for a good shop with decent OT you can easily hit $110,000 a year. I'm a welder, moved my way around and now in aviation and have been for a while now. I cleared $100K back in October. probably going to end the year around $120k at 26. What I do is weld main component parts for jet engines, combustors, bearing housings, vane blades, so on. No degree, but I did go to vocational high school. This isn't the route you'd have to take either. People can learn it on the side, as welding is more of a show as you can type of work. My field requires multiple tests, both written and physical, which may require some schooling on welding basics. Then weld various metal together, X-ray, cut apart, so on. I'm very fortunate to be in a laid-back environment. I have an area all to myself where I'm rarely bothered. Nothing I lift is strenuous. Most of my work takes place in a chair. Love it though, wouldn't want to do much else. Also to note, my job is union and I strongly suggest union to blue collar people. You are not harassed by management. Have a higher entity protecting your rights to do the job you do, and only do that job and not someone else's. And, unions pay way more, clearly. I'm a freight conductor for a Class 1 railroad in the United States. $108,000 a year. Never stepped foot in a college before. I'm 22 years old. I'm the head of sanitation services for a small city. It's a do-nothing job. I got it without degrees because I slept my way to the top. Username checks out. I was the 1 millionth person to visit a website 3 times in a row. Just gave them my credit card info and am now waiting for my check. Some guys have all the luck. Journeyman Millwright. Your job title sounds like something out of an RPG. I'm a recruiter. No college degree or certifications. I had 5-ish years of retail food experience, ending that run with a general manager title before getting into recruitment. Pretty much anyone can get into a recruiting job if you apply to work at staffing agencies. Randstad, Adecco, Robert Half, Kelly Services, etc. Agency recruiting is a grind, but you can make a ton of money with the commissions, and the base salary without commissions is normally plenty to live on. And if you pay your dues with a staffing agency for a few years, you can transition into a corporate in-house recruiting job after that. My first year in staffing, my base was $40k and I made $70k total that year including commission. My second year, my base was $42k and I made $90k including commissions. Then I moved into a corporate recruiting job with a well-known tech company. The base was much higher, but I took a bit of a pay cut overall in exchange for better benefits and work-life balance. My first year there, I was at $70k base and around $85k total including bonuses. I just completed 3 years there, going into my 4th year now. Currently at $80k base and $100k including bonuses. I have a raise going effective in January to $90k base and $115k including bonuses. If you go into recruitment, go with either healthcare, nursing or physicians, not allied, or tech recruiting. That's where the money is. You won't make much recruiting for more blue collar industries. Feel free to edit. Happy to see there's so much interest in this. I would definitely advise you to read through all of the comments. Others who also took this path have added some extremely valuable insight. Recruiting is not an easy job, especially when you're cutting your teeth as an agency recruiter. It takes a certain type of person and a lot of mental fortitude to be successful with it. But it is one of the very few desk job paths you can take to make a lot of money without it involving a ton of physical labor like most trades do. Don't get me wrong. I started my career in the culinary world and worked my fair share of back-breaking, sweat-drenched 16-hour shifts, and I'll always be grateful for the well-rounded sense of humility that has given me. But getting into recruitment was one of the best choices I've ever made for my own long-term goals and success. Underrated answer here. I'm a corporate recruiter for a Fortune 50 company, $110k salary and 20% bonus. I tell everyone to get into recruiting. Princess named some of the big companies to look at if you decide to go this route. Created a new throwaway for this. I'm a sales engineer for a technology company. My compensation varies, but ranges between $250,000 and $450,000 a year. Last year I made $385k. This year I'll make $250k. I dropped out of high school my junior year and started working right away in a tech support job. This was during a time, 1993, when CS degrees were relatively new, and senior folks in the industry were more likely to have an EE degree instead. Fast forward 5-6 years, my practical work experience over that period of time trumped the other candidates my age that were just getting out of college with their newly minted degrees. Now I'm in my 40s. I've been in the same field for over 25 years and am dang near at the top of it. I'm thankful I was able to make it this far. It's rare for women in this field to last even half as long, and the barriers were so much greater when I first started out. Dental laboratory manager owner. This sounds like the kind of thing that would require a degree. I'm here for future job ideas, carry on everyone. And there's a lot I'm already crossing out, lol. Operator maintenance at a Pika plant. Blue collar jobs are and have been in demand. Find one you think you'll enjoy and focus on retiring. It's a rewarding career. You get to work with your hands. Computers are integrated into many types of systems now, so you'll learn many IT skills. You'll have to track work needed, work done, work scheduled, etc. So you'll use a lot of administration skills, so on and so forth. Most importantly, you won't end up with 50k plus in loan debt just to fight 30 other people for a job that starts out at 35k, with crap insurance, and no retirement package. Just reading this makes me realize that I'm completely fricked as a blind person. I haven't got the first clue on what I'm going to do after school, especially with the expensive hobbies I have. Worst part, there's nearly an 80% unemployment rate in the blind community, so I'm going to have to slog through managers who don't think I can do my job. Elevator mechanic. I've read elevator musician. This would be a sad job. Escort. It's legal in my country. I'm the first person to admit I looked at your profile to see if you had pictures. I don't have such income. My best friend has it. He makes Android applications. I sell propane and propane accessories. I was stuck in the 9 to 5, no time for my family, hobbies or food. Then I discovered this online course by a self-taught marketing guru. Now I'm rich, work from my laptop and travel like crazy, all without a degree. You can learn more here. Insert scam website here, where for a limited time I'm giving you the chance to be involved in a free webinar. Had me in the first half, not gonna lie. You can easily make this in cybersecurity with the right certifications. Write code and trade. I never was one for school. I dropped out of high school to go get my GED and go to some type of college, but then life took over and I never went to school. I would mess around with my gaming consoles and programming through high school, and when I left I started working on the road cleaning hotel PTACs. I would be gone for 6 months at a time and come home for 1 week. So naturally I said frick this. I started getting into crypto in 2015 to 2016, which ignited the whole programming stuff again. I now write front-end code for a company as my 9-5. I have a few mining rigs going. I play around with options and stock trading, and I do side dev work. I'm working at getting into bug bounties. You sound like a protagonist in a cyberpunk story. I made 100k with Bitcoin. I mean 75k, 50k, 25, and it's gone. Oops, now you owe me 100k. I was a terrible student that only made it through high school with the love and understanding of my teachers. I'm president of a manufacturing company that I founded in 1983. We have just over 50 employees with annual sales of $14 million. I'm an OE, heavy equipment operator, and I can clear 100k with a little bit of OT, mostly due to the fact that I live in a town with a huge chemical valley and plants always pay way more than road work. Not to mention anything past 8 hours is double time every time. I took a 3-month training course that cost me nothing and got a job right out of school. I have a friend who has been in a federal job for 20 plus years. High school diploma. Started at the absolute bottom when he was 19. Now makes right around $100k and gets 6 weeks of vacation a year plus sick leave. Federal pay scale is ridiculous. You get guaranteed raises every year, and not small ones either. I don't qualify for the specific title as I have a college degree. but I work at a large car dealership in marketing. We have at least 3 salespeople who make $100,000 plus per year. None of them have degrees, and most have been in the industry for at least 20 years, all while mostly reselling to people they have known for years. Anyone can be a car salesperson, even without being extremely knowledgeable about vehicles. Industrial building trades can make over 100k, but it isn't easy. Millwrights, pipe fitters, electricians, iron workers, etc. You have to be on big jobs with long hours and travel to do it routinely. There are guys who do 7/12s for a few months, then take a few months off. Power plant shutdowns are big money. They call it hide and seek for $2,000 a week. Been hitting between 80k and 130k since the 80s. Always create some new business, run it for a while, get bored of it and sell it. Go work for someone else for a while, get bored and create a new business. In the 80s it was a hat and t-shirt with novelties on a route of party stores and then an auction house. In the 90s I went to work as a tool and die man making dies for a few years and then repairing forging and stamping presses across North and South America. Created a business where I escorted oversized loads across America and Canada and did that for 6 years. Came off the road and have been growing medical marijuana and designing and building commercial grows for people. Now, I am building a small manufacturing facility and will build large-scale humidifiers for the marijuana industry. I'm also starting to buy and sell properties. Biggest piece of advice for someone who wants to create a new business: start small and see if it grows. If it doesn't, it's a loser. If it grows, grow it as big as you can and sell it. I generally start at the $500 investment level. I had a year and a half of business administration from 69 to 71. No degree. I can make $100,000 and with lots of OT. I melt nickel-based cobalt superalloys that are used in the chemical and space industries. Join a union. No degree. High school diploma here. I have my regular job which is project management. I buy and sell art as a hobby and combined it's well over $100k a year. I can do both at the same time and doesn't really take time away from my 10 hours work day. You've encountered the lost treasure of Captain Gus Fishhead. Subscribe to receive some of his gold. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.